10 Signs of a Low-Value Man. Welcome to our channel, The Enchanted Luxury Studio, where we talk about wealth and luxury. The value of a man is not binary. It is not something you either have or don't have. This pertains to a collective trait that you can improve and increase. For low-value men, that's something they have a hard time dealing with. They fail to increase their own value as they are not motivated to move forward in life. If a man is displaying these traits, he's setting himself up for failure unless he changes these behaviors. Let's get into it. Number 1, he lacks emotional intelligence. A man's emotional intelligence is perceived to account for 80% of his success. Emotional intelligence accounts for a major portion of a person's success and fulfillment. Men with low self-awareness lack the ability to clearly determine the things they want, including their passions and their plans for the future. These men don't follow their own path. Instead, they rely on someone else for direction. A man with a low self-management is nothing better. These types of men seek short-term pleasure over long-term results. They are the ones who impulsively purchase liabilities using their load card. Low-value men like this don't realize the shortcomings which are holding them back, including entitlement mentality, not backed up by work and skills. Finally, the lack of social awareness and relationship management leads to poor people skills and poor relationships. Men with very low social skills are socially awkward, become social pariahs, and are unwanted by men and women alike. Now imagine a man who lacks this quality. They are likely to possess erratic behavior and poor decision-making skills which could accumulate tons of life failures. Number 2, he's a man without purpose. There's a classic saying that goes, when you don't have a goal, you end up working for those who do have a goal. To this, we couldn't agree more. And while working for someone else doesn't necessarily make you a low-value person, settling for less and having no ambitions to move forward in life certainly does. Since low-value men have no personal drive, they also have little passions which give them the least chance to become successful in life. And when they decide to be passionate about something, it is for the things that don't add value to their lives. Let's take sport fandom as an example. Low-value men would merge their own ego and pride with the team they truly adore. Every time their team wins, they claim the victory as well, and such adoration leads to spend their money, time, and effort watching, commenting, and promoting other people's lives instead of working on their own. Number 3, he is a man of ego. Here is an iconic truth. Men with big egos are the ones who get threatened easily. Contrary to popular belief, one can have a big ego and fragile ego at the same time. So they need to be defensive not to get hurt. And that's why they lash out in anger, especially with their spouses. Almost anything they do is a threat to their own self-worth. Egocentric men refuse to be better because they believe they are always at their best. These men then come to build their self-esteem around being right or being good. They are the ones who always have the desire to win and have their best foot forward to protect their self-image and self-esteem. Number 4, he's very apathetic. Imagine a man that doesn't care much about anything at all, including what he does, how much he makes, how he can improve himself, who his friends are, his health, and how he looks. He is cool with being overweight, with having cheap and ill-fitting clothes, basically embracing the worst version of himself. That is definitely something that could turn anyone off. In most cases, the I don't care mantra serves as a defensive mechanism to show fake superiority. A low-value man doesn't care about the very things that could make him more high value, and that makes him nothing less of a boring, unexciting, contagiously depressed, and a stiff kind of person who would rather not worry about anything than make himself better. Number 5, he's just too nice. Now don't get us wrong on this. Nice guys by itself don't condemn a man for being a low-value man. The problem lies with being excessively nice. The truth is that guys who express too much humility are not really bound by kindness. They are bound by fear. These are the types of men that don't enforce boundaries, allow people to disrespect them, let their girlfriends control their relationship, and even tolerate abusive tendencies. These types of low-value men have high regards for authorities. They follow orders and abide by the law because that's what makes them feel safe and what avoids confrontations. These men are passive and don't have the courage to stand for themselves. While being nice is a great attribute to have, being too nice is rarely seen as top qualities among men because climbing to the top requires some assertiveness. Go ahead and get your favorite beverage and popcorn, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. Number 6. Overly argumentative. No one likes to argue as much as a low-value man does. These types of men tend to create an argument with everything they hear and see. We are already dealing with a highly argumentative society, and having these people around is the last thing we need. Being overly argumentative doesn't just stray you away from friends and potential relationships, but it will also trip you up at work and at home. There's plenty to argue about, but most of it is also a waste of time. Sure, there should always be room for respectful and healthy discussion, but the constant argumentation about everything under the sun is certainly something most of us would rather skip. Number 7, he takes rejection personally. It's totally normal to feel upset when you get rejected, but the low-value man goes farther than just feeling bad about the rejection. He takes it intensely, personally, and absorbs all the offense into his own unique self. So when a woman rejects him, the blame will automatically be put on himself. He believes that he isn't good-looking enough and complains about how he'll never meet a woman who truly loves him, instead of realizing this kind of woman who discarded him on that basis clearly doesn't truly love him anyway. If not addressed, this certain mindset could form a pattern of self-blame and victimization which might be hard to discard in the long run. Number 8, he cares more about getting accepted than being true to himself. Low-value men value their opinion very much. They become a mere follower of groups and only feel as good as others allow them to be. Your inability to stand your ground has a lot to do with your self-esteem. A person with a low self-esteem is most likely to act fake around people because they think that being themselves is not enough. They wear different masks, trying to cover up what they perceive as major flaws that would repel people from being with them, and they acquire the mask that the different social groups want them to hear. And if they follow the widespread feminist culture, they seek external approval by virtue signaling their fake open-mindedness. Number 9, sexual aggressiveness and abusive behavior. When you're a woman, nothing can be more uncomfortable and annoying than having a group of men catcall you while you walk down a street. Such an act of sexual aggression is done only by low-value men. All heterosexual guys enjoy seeing a beautiful woman walks by, smile at them. High-value men smile back or say hi. Low-value men make disgusting sexual remarks, mimic a groping motion, or whistle. If a man can't give a woman basic respect, then that says a lot about how valuable of a person he is. Men who hit women and verbally or psychologically abuse them are equally low in value. It doesn't matter what led them to behave that way, although it may be tempting to show them empathy and care for them. Men of such kind are often a ticking time bomb. What's worse is that they often can't begin to improve until they make that decision for themselves. Number 10, victim mentality. Almost all low-value men have this mindset wherein they regard themselves as victims. Well, like most people, maybe they are victims of life in various ways, except they tend to take that mentality to an extreme. A man of low value carries his victim status with him and uses it to his own advantage. He manipulates pity and compassion into taking power over others and getting his way. Clinging onto this victim mentality makes him a pain to be around because they just take advantage of people. There you have it, 10 signs of a low-value man. Let us know your thoughts about it in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching!